So welcome everybody to my presentation. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about Rotary in our district, which is District 5370, but first I'll give a small history on Rotary, how it was started, and what the organization is all about. The Rotary Club of Chicago was the world's first service club, and it was founded on February 23rd of 1905, when lawyer Paul Harris and three friends met in a small office in downtown Chicago. These men wanted to rekindle the spirit of friendliness they had known in their hometowns. Word of the club soon spread and others were invited to join. They named their new club Rotary to describe the practice of meeting and rotation at the members' various places of business. Originally formed for fellowship, the Rotary Club quickly evolved to use the talents and resources of its members to serve the community. The very first service project was in Chicago, with the funding of public toilets in the downtown area. During 1911 to 1912, the National Association of Rotary Clubs became international with the founding of a club in Winnipeg, Manitoba, in Canada. Soon Rotary crossed the Atlantic to establish clubs in England, Ireland, and Northern Ireland. The National Association of Rotary Clubs, which became the International Association of Rotary Clubs in 1912, adopted the name Rotary International, or RI, in 1922. Today there are over 35,000 member clubs worldwide, with a membership of around 1.2 million members, known as Rotarians. Rotary is a non-political and non-religious organization that is open to all, and we strive to provide humanitarian service and to advance goodwill and peace around the world. The Rotary Club is a basic unit of Rotary activity, and each club determines its own membership. Most clubs meet weekly, usually at a meal time on a weekday in a regular location, when Rotarians can discuss club business and hear from guest speakers. Some clubs, such as mine, meet online. Each club also conducts various service projects within its local community and participates in special projects involving other clubs in the local district, and occasionally a special project in a sister club in another nation, a global project. Each club elects its own president and officers among its active members for a one-year term. The governing body of the club is the club board, consisting of the club president, who serves as the board chairman, president-elect, club secretary, club treasurer, and several club board directors, including the immediate past president and the president-elect. The president usually appoints the directors to serve as chairs of the major club committees, including those responsible for club service, which is helping members in a club, vocational service, encouraging high ethical standards in business and professions, community service, which is local projects, youth service, and international service. Rotary International groups clubs into districts to make local administration easier. There are over 500 districts throughout the world, with a range of between 45 to 60 clubs each. Each district is led by a governor or CEO, who is assisted by other officers. The district governor, who is an officer of Rotary International and represents the RI Board of Directors in the field, leads his or her respective Rotary district. Each governor is nominated by the clubs of his or her district and elected by all the clubs meeting in the annual RI District Convention held each year. In our district, 5370, anyone elected to be a district governor has a 4-year board commitment. Our Rotary year runs from July the 1st to the end of June of the following year. So our district, 5370, is the third largest in the Rotary world and consists of about 100 clubs spread out from Wainwright, which is just south of Edmonton, to the Yukon and Northwest Territories, and also comprises of Fort St. John and Dawson Creek, BC, and North Battleford, Saskatchewan. These 100 clubs are made up of Rotary Clubs, Rotaract Clubs, which are usually university students or younger professionals, 18 years and up, Interact Clubs, high school students from ages 12 to 18 years of age, and we even have an Early Act Club in Grand Prairie, children from 5 to 13 years of age. So what do we do? We believe that we have a shared responsibility to take action on the world's most persistent issues, and we work together on Rotary's 7 areas of focus. Promote peace. Rotary was integral in the formation of the United Nations, and we train adults and young leaders to prevent and mediate conflict and help refugees who have fled dangerous areas. Fight disease. We educate and equip communities to stop the spread of life-threatening diseases like polio, HIV, AIDS, and malaria. We improve and expand access to low-cost and free health care in developing areas. Working with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and other global partners, we've reduced polio cases by 99.9% since we started in 1979. We provide clean water, sanitation, and hygiene. We support local solutions to bring clean water, sanitation, and hygiene to more people each day. We don't just build wells and walk away. We share our expertise with community leaders and educators to make sure our projects succeed long term. We help to save mothers and children. Nearly 6 million children under the age of 5 die each year because of malnutrition, poor health care, and inadequate sanitation. We expand access to quality care so mothers and their children can live and grow stronger. We support education. More than 775 million people over the age of 15 are illiterate. Our goal is to strengthen the capacity of communities to support basic education and literacy, reduce gender disparity in education, and increase adult literacy. We grow local economies. We carry out service projects that enhance economic and community development and create opportunities for decent and productive work for young and old. We also strengthen local entrepreneurs and community leaders, particularly women, in impoverished communities. And we protect the environment. We are committed to supporting activities that strengthen the conservation and protection of natural resources, advance ecological sustainability, and foster harmony between communities and the environment. Our global impact is huge. According to a new study released in 2019 by the Johns Hopkins Center for Civil Society Studies, with just 563 paid employees globally, Rotary International mobilizes volunteer effort equivalent to nearly 27,000 full-time paid workers. Also, this study reveals that the efforts of Rotary volunteers save communities an estimated $850 million US in service costs per year. Our district clubs have raised funds and put them right back into local projects in all the communities that they reside in. For instance, the Rotary Club of Slave Lake has raised and donated over $1.5 million in its community, and that's just one club. Our E-Club, the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1, with members spread all around the world, supports the Dolly Parton Imagination Library in the Beaufort Sea area, where mostly Indigenous children from 1 to 5 years of age receive a book in the mail every month. This promotes literacy, not just with the children, but also with their parents, who read the books to the children. As an example of working with the Rotary Foundation and other Rotary Clubs to fulfill projects, our E-Club, using just $8,000 Canadian of its own club money, partnered with other Rotary Clubs to build a $120,000 US water pipeline project in Sabarana, Honduras. Because of the pandemic, our clubs weren't able to meet in person, so they started meeting online and were still able to help their communities out with food bank donations, making and delivering meals to the elderly and the homeless, and much more. Club fundraising activities were really curtailed, and now with the lifting of the restrictions, we're all looking forward to being able to host rib fests, golf tournaments, and all the various activities that our clubs are known for. And the planning in the clubs has finally begun. In conclusion, our clubs are here to make their communities a better place to live and to help people out. We've been through some very hard times the last couple of years, but the future for all of us is starting to look much brighter. Our Rotary Clubs have been helping to weave the fabric of Edmonton and the North for many years now, with the establishment of Fort Edmonton Park and the development of Inclusion Alberta, to name just a few initiatives. And we'll continue to help change people's lives for the better for many years to come.
So tell us, Davey, what is your job title?
Henry Data Technician.
So what Davey does here at Geologic is he registers raster logs.
I was excited when I was told there was a potential job. Before, I would stay home and that sucks.
So when Davey first came on board, one of the concerns that I did have going in was, how much additional time would have to be devoted to making sure he's doing okay. And those concerns honestly went away right away. There was tremendous support from Inclusion Alberta and the Rotary Employment Partnership. It was great, right from the get-go. He's been just like any other employee. Like, I haven't had to devote any more or less time than anyone else.
Inclusion Alberta and the Rotary Employment Partnership have been very helpful in providing support for our managers and also for Davey to make sure that it's been a good and effective partnership. And we find that people with developmental challenges like that are often more committed and more energized by the work.
My life is better because of working at Geologic. I can go out for drinks and a restaurant. Can pay my visa bills.
You approach it just like any other employment opportunity. You got to give somebody a chance and let them show you what they can do. I have a hard time imagining anyone to be disappointed by the results of it. We're all better off for knowing Davey and working with him.
I wouldn't have found this job if it wasn't for Inclusion Alberta and the Rotary Employment Partnership. To job seekers with a developmental disability, never give up hope.